So shout out to EA for inviting me to see all the new updates for season 14. And the devs talk about everything from Vantage to map changes, weapon changes, and a lot of shit like that. Of course, we didn't get to see everything, but we got to see a lot. We got to see a shit ton of changes and a lot of things coming. So with that being said, today we will not be going over Vantage. We will not be going over her abilities or anything new character related. But instead today, let's dive into some shit. Let's dive into some new POIs and some changes. So salvage. We all know salvage. We all know how salvage came to be. Skulltown got destroyed, and salvage is basically a big construction site, basically just building whatever's new to come. Now we have Relic. Relic is the new POI. Salvage is gone, and the whole idea behind Relic was on that side of the map where salvage was, market was, and caustic treatment was, if a good team was holding a defending spot in those like areas, it was really hard to like either run through or take a fight there without like dying to getting third partied or putting yourself in a really bad position, because there wasn't a lot of rotational options when you're in that area. You know what I'm saying? There was market side, there was caustic treatment side, and then there was salvage side, and that was it. And that little tunnel by market as well. But yeah, essentially it was just a really bad place to be. And now you have a whole bunch of rotation spots around Relic. It's so open and so many different options. So it should be a lot better than what salvage used to be. And I know a lot of people are gonna say, this is Skulltown. Essentially, you're right, man. You know, the buildings, it looks just like Skulltown except with a skull in the middle. I mean, I can't really say until I drop in and see like how it maneuvers and how it looks, but it's literally Skulltown from my eyes. Yeah. Sorry, I coughed. So before we move on to a huge update to Apex Legends, have you ever found yourself playing pubs and you just want to chill and you want something to grind for other than ranked in Apex? We finally got it, man. It's been almost 8 seasons since our last update to the level cap. So we know it goes from level 1 to 500. It's been like that for the past like 8-9 seasons. I don't really remember exactly when they made this change. It used to just go from 1 to 100. So this top first row, and that was it. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we have a prestige system. So they are raising the level cap to 2000 basically. So you have the 1 to 500, and then when you prestige, you get this green one. Prestige 1 basically being this 1 to 500, prestige 2 being 1 to 500, and prestige 3 being again 1 to 500. So with this change taking place, you essentially get around 514 packs altogether, which means if you know Apex's heirloom system, when you open 500 packs, you are guaranteed an heirloom. If you grind Apex enough, you are guaranteed an heirloom now. You open over 500 packs. So all you out there that talking about, I never got my heirloom, you are guaranteed an heirloom now as long as you just grind the game. So Apex, since its release, has introduced a lot of new attachments and hop-ups and stuff like that, and I'm gonna be honest, there hasn't been really game-changing attachments or hop-ups. That's changing. I think this new hop-up that they're releasing in season 14 called a laser sight basically is gonna be probably a lot game-changing, especially for close quarter combats. Now again, we didn't get to play and actually test out this laser sight, but essentially this basically reduces your hip fire spread, so it's going to be a lot more tight and better for SMGs. Now I do not know if you have to choose between this and a barrel stabilizer. Like I just don't know. I don't think that was specified, but hip firing is going to be insane with this. I don't know. I just, because hip firing in this game is already really accurate, right? So I don't know. This is a scary one for me, because I don't know how strong this is going to be, but it seems like it's going to be really good. Also, you can change the colors of your laser sights. So you can change it to pink, green, blue, basically how you do with your like red dots and your bruisers. So yeah, basically it should be a really good attachment that is introduced into Apex. And we don't really get a lot of good attachments introduced to Apex, if we're being honest here. So this is a W for me. Next up, we have the Skullpiercer. It is returning, and obviously we know it's going to be on the Wingman and the longbow, but they're adding a third gun to the Skullpiercer. I'm going to give you like 3 seconds to guess what it is. Yeah, it's the repeater. The repeater is going to be broken next season. If you get a repeater and a Skullpiercer, that thing is going to do so much damage to the head. It's ridiculous. I full on think the repeater is going to be part of the meta next season, and it was already a really good weapon as well. So like, it's just going to make it insane. Speaking of the Wingman and the Skullpiercer, there's going to be a lot of ammo changes. Not really a lot. I would say basically 2. The Wingman's going to be a sniper now. The reason why they changed the Wingman from a heavy ammo to a sniper was to basically nerf it. When you had a Wingman in Apex Legends, all you really needed was 2 stacks and you could spam it like all game. You have 120 ammo and you're basically spamming all game. It's ridiculous. So they changed it to a sniper, which I don't know if it changes the bullet velocity of the Wingman, but I'm sure it does because snipers have different like velocities and shit, right? I don't know, but you're only going to get 28 ammo a stack, which means you have to be a lot more careful with your shots and you can't just spam the Wingman all game. W change in my opinion. I love the Wingman, and I'm going to be honest with you, it probably needs a little bit more nerfs, but you know, I'm a Wingman connoisseur. I'm not going to complain. The next weapon that will be changing ammo types is the Spitfire. Now relax. I know a lot of you are going to be like, that's such a pointless change, man. Listen, it's not that much of a pointless change. If you listen to the reason why they're doing this. The reason why they're doing this is because there's not a lot of viable light weapons mid to late game. The main light weapons that are viable mid to late game are the R301 and sometimes the R99, compared to the heavy ammo type, which has the car, the flatline, the repeater, the wing, well, not the Wingman anymore, but you know, there's a lot of heavy weapon choices, and the Re-45 and the Alternator aren't really meant to late game guns. Usually people pick them up in the beginning and probably drop it later on. Not me though. I love the Alternator. That's my shit right there. I fuck with it. The next gun that is getting a buff is the EVA 8. They are basically buffing the fire rate of it, basically just the base of it. And then when it goes to gray bolt, blue bolt, purple bolt, they're going to be lowering the fire rate of how fast those are. At least that's what I picked up when he said it. Yeah. Great gun. I love using it. It feels really good, but they kind of nerfed it to the ground to the point where nobody likes using it anymore. So a little buff isn't too bad. I fuck with the EVA, but I also fuck with the EVA a lot less when that shit was meta, because you used to be able to like 1v3 squads crazy with this gun. It was insane. Are you guys ready for some big changes? Some big fun changes? Yeah, let's talk about these new changes, because these caught me by surprise and I was not expecting these at all. Who here remembers the early days of Apex when you were able to carry 3 bats, 3 med kits, 2 grenades in each slot? Yeah, the gold backpack is getting rid of its old perk where you revive somebody with more health and more shields, and now you can carry an extra item of each item. This with fuse is going to be insane, and I think it's a really good change for the gold bag. But the reason why they're changing the gold bag is because they're changing gold knockdown shields. They are finally out. Well, not the gold knockdown shield, but the perk that came with the gold knockdown shield, being able to self-revive. That shit is no more, okay? So basically the gold knockdown is going to get what the gold backpack used to have. So more health, more shields when you revive somebody. This is going to be crazy if you pair this with Newcastle, because you know he has the res where he uses the shield and you get the more health and shield. So it's going to be nuts with Newcastle. So yeah, basically the gold bag is swapping to the gold bag perk is swapping to the knockdown, and the gold bag is basically turning to the old Apex inventory system. So yeah, that's new changes there, and I think these are really cool, really fresh, and next season is gonna be pretty fucking cool. Okay, yeah, they're taking the bow check bow off the floor. Not only are they taking the bow check bow off the floor, but they are also getting rid of the rampage. And you know, when you put 2 in, 2 gotta go out. So the vault is coming back, which fuck yeah, we missed the vault. Stop playing. And the G7 Scout is coming out, which another favorite of mine. I love the Scout. So yeah, that's gonna be sick. And yeah, be sure to subscribe, like the video. In a couple days I'll be releasing a video on the new legend Vantage. And if you guys want to stick around for next season, I do a lot of gaming content, man. I do this Apex shit. So yeah, I appreciate you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I hope you guys are excited for the new season, because I haven't been this excited for a season just based off changes and stuff like that in a long time. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Slap the like button, subscribe if you're new, and I will see you on the next one.